Well, for one thing, most of you don't know I had lost my dad about 5 years ago in a suicide. And I was the first one to find him in the basement on that day. It was the worst and saddest day of my life. And basically what I'm trying to tell you is that, how someone could go from a low point to such a better presence with God. So basically, after my dad died, the shock went off. A couple months went by, and it was hard to believe, but it happens. And basically, I went, from my better side to, I went down low. I went real deep down, in the darkness, and I was away from God, far away. And I was closer to the devil than I was to God, honestly. So basically, I was having hard times with images and nightmares, of what I've seen. And basically, that happened a lot through the years, and it made me madder and madder. And I tended not to care for a lot of things. My feelings for people was to nothing. I really didn't care, and I was not as good as I used to be. And so basically, it was the night when I was in my bed and I was trying to fall asleep, and nightmares and the imagery and flashbacks of what I had seen would bother me bad, and I knew the devil was in the room, and I was having a hard time. I couldn't think straight. It was horrible. And basically, I got on my knees and said, this is what I said. I said, God, if you were there, send an angel to me and show me that you're there, and take these devils away, because I was scared, really scared that, the thoughts was horrible and the devil was right there. And I'll tell you what, people, God, I've never felt this feeling before. And God had basically come in the room and took all that away. All the images were gone. Everything was out of my head. And I'll tell you what, I've never felt that feeling before. And I said, there is a God. He will never leave you, is what I'm trying to say. You can be in your lowest point, and what happens to you, God was just waiting for me to come to him. And I had never really cared, and I finally came to him, and I said, there's a God, because he gave me the feeling that he is there for me. And I'm just trying to say is, when someone's in your lowest point, God's not going to give up on you. I gave up on him, and he was waiting for me, and I came back. And a lot of the help did come from youth group and sponsors, guided me in the way. And so basically what I'm trying to say is that God is there for you no matter what. And I was in my lowest point, and he was there for me.